Now what we want to concentrate on is the next question, which will give us those precious brownie points. Demonstrate the use of interfaces. Now first off, we want to be clear as to why are interfaces used. The most common answer you can think of is to support multiple inheritance, but no, that's not the purpose of interfaces. The purpose of interfaces is a little bit different. So interfaces define a contractual agreement between two parties. Let's take a concrete example. Consider that we live in a futuristic society. In this society, all the cars are self-driven and they are owned by Google. But these cars, let's say they run on the Google platform, but they are manufactured by different companies like BMW and Mercedes. So Google just owns the concept of a self-driven car, while BMW and Mercedes will actually implement that idea. Let's try and visualize. So this is how it will look. You have Google on top of everyone, and we have Mercedes and BMW and of course many other brands. So as I said, now Google owns the concept of the self-driven car. So Google releases an interface. This interface will be the drive interface. So we'll have the interface keyword, interface drive. Now inside this interface, we'll have a few methods like take left, take right, and of course go ahead and stop and go behind, all of that. Now if we have BMW and Mercedes coming into the picture and we want BMW and Mercedes to implement this particular interface, it becomes important that these two parties, BMW and Mercedes, implement all the methods inside the drive interface. The implementation may be different. So Mercedes, when we say take left, Mercedes might take left at say an angle of 60 degrees, while BMW might take a left at an angle of 65 degrees. So we have difference in implementation, but the overall functionality is the same. So when I say that you want to demonstrate the use of interfaces, you clearly suggest that it is a contractual agreement between two parties. In this case, the two parties are either Google and Mercedes or Google and BMW. So these two are the two parties involved in the contractual agreement. Anything and everything that Google will release, Mercedes and BMW will have to respect that, and they have to provide their own personal implementations. So suppose tomorrow this drive interface is updated to add a new functionality, let's say stop. So if we have void stop, so this drive interface is updated. Now it becomes important for BMW and Mercedes to implement the stop function with their own custom implementation. So Google unofficially owns the concept of a self-driven car, while Mercedes and BMW actually create and manufacture those cars. So Mercedes will have their own build and everything. Similarly, BMW will. But the common thing will be that the interface drive, which Google will release from time to time, Mercedes and BMW will have to respect that interface. They will have to override all of the methods declared, not defined, declared in that interface. So this is the star point of an interface. All the methods inside an interface must be overridden inside the implementing class. Of course, we know that classes don't extend interfaces, they implement them. So if we have a class, say class my class, which implements an interface, let's talk about the drive interface only, implements drive, all the methods inside the interface drive must be overridden over here. So when I say override, I have to provide the same prototype. So it will be something like public void take right with their own custom implementation present over here. So this is the point and this is the purpose of interfaces. Of course, it does provide us with multiple inheritance, but primarily this is what interfaces are used for. That's all for this video. Thank you so much. Keep watching.